weekend starting at 10 a.m. on Sunday. RCCS youth group putting it on. There's going to be a ton of production value put into it. We got like 20 assistants. So it's going to be a big deal. I'm going down Saturday, maybe with Tywin, to do some rehearsal. So it's going to be a really, really cool event, and there's some really good teams involved. Lots of prizes. Alienware sponsoring it. A lot of Best Buy type PC companies. So really, really cool. Check that out. Stay tuned. Look for that this weekend, Sunday, at 10 a.m. And so here we go. So exact same bands, but this time we opened up with Riven and Misfortune, which actually leaves Janna open. So they will have the Janna Kog Maw lane I was talking about earlier that is so, so strong. Janna Kog Maw is beast. Probably one of the best lanes in League of Legends right now. And a Caitlyn, no, what? So we're going to see a double AD lane? Is that really what's going to happen here? Troll comp is troll. Who knows? Maybe this will work out. Maybe that's what's really going to happen right now. The other team, Matt, Dexter, locked in their picks right away. Dystopius thinking about an Annie pick. Haven't seen Annie in a while. Might see a support Annie. Who knows? Support Annie has gotten some popularity recently. And no, we're going to see a Malzahar. Although that could be changed at any moment. Dystopius might be following the stream. Might be wanting to troll me. If you are, then congratulations. I like to talk about characters while they're being thrown down. Garbage. Don't do it, Dystopius. Don't do it. There's the Malzahar. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Malzahar, great, tearing down tanky heroes. His pool does not care about actually taking a percentage damage of health away from your opponent, so you can tear down the tankiest of heroes. And Soraka, obviously standard. So SwiftOne's going to run it back and try that Olaf again against Riven. I think he's really been wanting to test Olaf out after those recent buffs. And then Kuniv again is going to be on Lee Sin, so we're going to see some awesome highlight reel action.
Yeah, I completely agree. And actually looking forward to those highlight reels. I'm sure Kuniv is too. Derek will actually appreciate that. We'll throw him up on YouTube. He's got a lot of friends and family, I think, that might be tuning into the stream as well. So,
I'm making a highlight of that first game, because that was sick. I was like he's going to throw it out the wall, and he didn't. He landed it. Oh, and he almost got a double kill. Oh, that was sick.
I think kicked the man who was playing a Momo away.
Yeah.
He was like, I got the kill, kicked him away, and then came back in for
more.
It was a good play.
Yeah.
So, just quick correction, Puka is actually in this game. He's playing on his main account, which is...
Zangu?
Zangu.
Oh, okay. Alright, awesome. Because I invited him anyway. So he messaged me. He messaged me and I was like, I recognize this name, but I hope it's him. So
and Olaf is in hell of trouble because ZhunguoPro plays all shorts of Nidalee, all shades of Nidalee, and plays them really well. So it was funny because I was duo queued up with TheSwiftOne. We were leveling up our lobby accounts, and Puka was leveling up his lobby accounts, and we ended up getting into the same game together. And Puka's like, Highland, I think I know you. Are you that guy that does the blah 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 local events? Like, that's me. He's like, oh dude, I know you. I saw you at Game Plugs. This and that. And I'm just like, oh sweet dude, that's cool. So I'm already feeling good about my team. He's like, yeah, I main Aurelia. Grab me Aurelia if you can. I'm like, no problem. Well, they have the team that first pick. The other team first picks Aurelia, and he's like, huh. He's like, well, I said the good news is, if you main Aurelia, you probably knows what beat Aurelia, right? He's like, yeah, why don't you just grab me Nidalee or something? So I'm like, sure, no problem. I grabbed Nidalee. I ended up putting pictures on it. All I know is I got carried that game. He absolutely destroyed this other Aurelia. So I feel pretty confident about Nidalee, and I think Olaf's going to be screwed.
So ZhunguoPro, a.k.a. Puka, very, very strong player. If you didn't see him in the first two games, anybody just joining in with us, definitely the MVP of his team both games. So this purple team, the elo has gone up. It's a very, very strong team. I don't know necessarily if the comp is the strongest, but it looks pretty good to me so far.
Oh wait, are we going to see an AP mid Kog Maw? Or are we going to see an AP Kog Maw?
That must be it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can think of. I just find it funny that pseudo Razor Weapon team, the blue team, is rocking the is not going to rock the Kog Maw Janna, which is just so solid. maybe they don't have someone. I guess they don't have someone that was really comfortable going AP mid except for Otter, so Otter's going to take up that role just naturally. So I guess that's what they're going to roll with. And I've seen Kebam play Caitlyn before. That's his AD.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's probably what's going to happen.
I would love to see Ben play Blitz. His Blitz is a lot of fun. Same with his Leona. Really aggressive, really good for just getting in there and mixing it up and forcing fights. So hopefully throughout these scrims that we're going to be bringing to each week or each day, who knows how often we're going to try and bring them as much as possible. We want to try and get a bunch of people in here rotating and practice and playing, and hopefully we might end up just getting teams are going to form up. I can tell you right now, anybody that watched Kuniv play Lee Sin Game 1 is like, hey, that guy's putting together a team. I'm going to try and get on that.
Yeah.
Like anybody that saw that and knows that he's looking to put together a team should consider that.
Yeah, it's good.
And I agree. If you don't know Kuniv, join the get on our Raise Your Weapon forums or get on Facebook. Get on the Northwest League of Legends group and just start pinging people and try and get your name out there. I know a lot. If you know me, I'm Highwind, I'm Joe. Like, I'm just all about putting people in touch with each other so that they can form teams. Because the more teams we get, the more practice we get, the better we're all going to get as a community.
It's kind of like the fighting game community. The fighting game community whole thing is if you don't have anybody that's good or that can compete with you in your community, you find someone and you teach them how to beat you, and then you practice, and basically as iron sharpens iron, you both become great teams. And that's one of the best ways to raise up a community, to raise up your own team when you don't actually necessarily have access to all these top teams like Reflex or something like that to go against. So basically our whole goal here, Raise Your Weapon, especially with the Pacific Northwest Scrims type stuff, is let's find all the good players, let's get them together, let's have them scrim against each other and get them communicating with each other, basically build that group up. And maybe we'll get in some other players. I mean, Kuniv's a 1465, so it's not like all the barrier entries, everybody has to be.
Yeah.
We're going to have tons of teams that are probably going to be 1600, 1400s. I mean, maybe lower, who knows. People just haven't had a chance to play on a team. Let's get them in here, let's get them playing together and stuff like that. So.
And for you level 30 summoners that don't have that many games played, but you're looking to get to play more, specifically locally, like, these players are going to be at the events. So maybe you don't have a team, but you go and you watch, and you meet these players, and you watch these streams, you can ask them questions, like, they're a part of your community. It's what, Hotshots GG's not going to, like, randomly show up. He kind of lives here in Seattle occasionally, but...
You might see McQC.
But these other players, like, they're 2K. Otter, if you ever get a chance to meet Brian, dude, he's the coolest guy. He's got the funniest hat, and he's super nice, and he'll tell you, he's like, hey, just play smart, and that may be his only advice, but it might make more sense coming from him than it would be coming from me. I don't know. But
or if you read it on a forum and you don't have someone actually there to confirm it for you, and
yeah,
to talk
but if
with.
you have specific questions on what to do better, I mean, it's like, none of us are pro players. We're not getting paid to do this. We do this because we love it, and because we love it, we spend a lot of time and we get better at it, and we think we know more about it. And that's the best part about League of Legends, is you can spend a lot of time and you can develop affinity and intelligence for the fundamentals, the mechanics, and different aspects of individual champions. So like a good Lee Sin player, you can be really good with Lee Sin, and then you can grow that. Once you know your Lee Sin, then you can move on to another role, whether it's maybe if you're trying to level up in solo queue, try and learn a different, like a carry role. If you're trying to level up as a team and try to get that affinity for a team-centric role, find that niche. Maybe you're a support player. Maybe you are a carry. Maybe you're a jungler. And find those players in the community that you can ask them questions to get better at that role.
Yes, definitely. And also, if you are tuning on the chat and you do not know about it yet, RaiseYourWeapon.com, actually recently we added a forums. Go there, hop on there. We actually are listing all the local LAN events in here and in Canada that we are involved with, as well as online events. So go sign up on the forums, check it out there. We actually have a lot of these players are signed up on our forums. There are in-depth discussion channels. I mean, the forum just went up, so we don't have a lot of threads started. But go in there, ask a question. Anything you want to know, I mean, these guys will respond. I mean, that's what it's for, and it's dedicated to our community. So go in there, check it out, sign up for our forums, and become active. I know Highwood and I at least look at it all the time while I'm at work and stuff like that. So Invade coming here, Kuniv just checking the brush, Trap going down on the ground from Nidalee.
This is pretty standard. If the enemy team's got a manaless jungler, whether it's a Lee Sin or a Shyvana, chances are that It's going to be pretty aggressive on your red buff.
That was a great Sonic Wave and a great dodge by Zhungu. Does not have a lot of... So that's actually pretty smart right there, what you saw. Doesn't have a lot of offensive abilities. Ooh, lands the Sonic Wave. Good attack damage going on. They do not have vision in this brush, which is kind of their weakness at this point. And there is a ward here. I don't think they know about this. If they did collapse correctly, they will probably pop some flashes.
The blue team is currently split.
Yeah, that's not very good.
3 on the red area, and you got 2 near the Wraith camp.
Looks like they're looping up and around. And they're in this brush. They do not have view here, but Riven actually did show herself. Now we're going to actually have a fight. Riven, Matt leading this off. Spears coming in. Both teams backing off. Red is pulled around the backside. And will they try to keep this? No, they will not try to keep aggro. So this attempt at stealing red has been thwarted. Looks like Riven's probably going to try to take this red, I would assume.
Yeah, so Jungle Riven, Show's going to smite that, and then she'll probably move into the Wraith camps, and then just go for her standard defense. Lee Sin's going to be a little bit behind. He's going to start blue without a leash, but he's Lee Sin, so he'll catch up.
Ability. So what she did, she threw a vision ward in the bush that she was standing in, so if they did try to engage on the bush, she would still get some damage off there. So it's a small little smart play by ZhunguoPro. Again, little things you can do when you're in a situation. You can remember that. And Dystopius taking tons of damage from Otter right now, and this AP Kog Maw is going to be very, very interesting to watch as we go farther into this game. The good part about Dexter playing, the Misfortune Soraka team is very, very good. It's typically anti-sustain because of her impure shots, but there's no sustain from Janna. But Misfortune's very, very strong early, especially because of Strut. But Caitlyn has a little bit of advantage of the fact that she has that longer auto attack range at 650. Top lane is going to be interesting to see how Olaf tries to deal with this. I think SwiftOne probably picked this in response to the Riven pick, but instead he's going to find himself against the Nidalee, and ZhunguoPro very, very good top. So far, he's got the best of SwiftOne today.
So, quickly discussing our junglers real quick, Lee Sin had to go back. They both started with Bam Scepter, but Lee Sin, because he didn't get that leash, took a little bit too much damage and had to go back earlier. He'll come back to the jungle with boots and no other pots, but he should be fine. And
now we have a collapse on the bottom. Matt coming in behind, has the red buff. Kebam heavily damaged. Tornado coming in, trying to protect Kebam, but Flash after him. He will escape this under the turret. Sanctified just backing off in time, barely saved. Kuniv coming down, trying to support his teammates. 2 members very, very low. Flashes, it comes in, Tempest, cripple, but it's just going to be a slow team heal coming in, protecting all the players. They will be fine. Kebam finally backing off, maybe thinking about throwing in a Piltover Peacemaker to back up his team if they were engaged on. Sanctified now left alone. He has to be very, very careful. Bottom lane can go aggressive on this and get him in a little bit of trouble. Otter again trading non-stop with Dystopius.
And it looks like Matt calling out his brother Dexter, saying, "Hey, how'd you screw this up?"
We fed it to you on a silver platter. Yeah, the Twins, they want to, if anybody in this game is motivated to winning this game quickly or losing it quickly, it is those two, because they have to do homework in 35.2 minutes.
And they've got angry parents.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's true, but who knows? They're probably just parents that want them to succeed in life, right?
Yeah,
they want them to succeed. Yeah, exactly. So there we go. That slow is so effective for harassment, especially with that long auto attack range. Dystopius is actually having a little bit of trouble with this, but here we go. Matt coming in. Gonna escape out of this. Otter, very, very good dodge there. Piltover Peacemaker coming in, poke from Kebam. Gonna probably try to put a lot of that onto. Again, Fat, the troller, supposedly called out by Otter, so they put him up to troll too hard. Gonna try to mitigate the trolling. It's very, very strong. Malzahar's actually burned through all his health potions right now. And so has Otter, so they're both pretty even in that respect. Although Dystopius had a much larger mana pool.
Yeah, Dystopius actually getting mileage out of his Q ability.
And Kuniv just landing that Sonic Wave again, just having a little bit of meeting with Matt in the jungle, trying to do a little bit of counter jungle. ZhunguoPro rotating down, maybe to support his teammate if that was how it happened. Sonic Wave over the wall from Kuniv, lands it. He is just so money. Otter's going to pick up the kill there. First blood for blue team. Great job again. That guy, you know, that Lee Sin, an MVP, #1 Lee Sin.
Yeah, excellent play. Actually led with his gap closing ability, Sonic Wave. A lot of Lee Sins, they'll dash throw ward or dash throw minion, hit the cripple, ensure that they land Sonic Wave, but he's like, you know what, I got this.
So Dexter and Fat hugging their turret for dear life. I was interested in what Sanctified is doing. Let's do this level 2 Howling Gale. So he's going to use that a little bit, maybe, in case he has to.
So I'm actually eating my words right now. I know Olaf just went back to base, but he's got very similar creep stats. They were pretty even until he blue pilled. He should come back to lane and should be fine here under this turret. Shouldn't miss too much experience. And actually, Kuniv's going to show up here.
Oh, and there's no mana actually for Miss Kitty here. Slow coming down. She's going to try to pounce away, but she's going to have to land one more Sonic Wave. And will he get it? Oh, he's not going to get it. ZhunguoPro doing a lot of zigzagging.
Yeah, Olaf now has Van Scepter. He's got boots in addition to the armor. He's still got a couple pots, so he actually might be able to sustain the lane a lot better than I thought. So kudos to ZhunguoPro on that lane matchup. I thought for certain he was going to be far behind on AD Nidalee.
And the more I look at Kog Maw AP is actually, I mean, not only is it strong, fed blue, he's going to be able to actually rein in constant barrages. And right now, he's getting the best. Dystopius is going to go down. He's going to get stunned, but he will go down to the ignite. Riven's only chance to actually picking this up, but she's not. Just has no more gap closers to stop Otter. And Otter's going to get out of this safely. But this Kog Maw is legit. He's going to come over here. He's going to pick up blue. And he's going to be able to spam 4 days.
Yeah, Malzahar's going to be in some serious trouble.
I think next time I play League of Legends, I'm probably be playing AP Kog Maw. It's gonna happen. AP Kog Maw is fun.
And I'm not really sure why it does so much damage. I don't know if those ratios are higher than they should be, or if it's just
off of. And his ult actually, you know, at level 1, I think he does 200 points of damage, and then plus, you know, your whatever your AP ratios are. I mean, you cast it, and it only goes up mana. So a tip for players that play Kog Maw and that they feel like they run out of mana really quickly, it's actually only 40 mana. And as you see him spamming it right here, it's only 40 mana, but it goes up 40 mana every time you cast it, unless you wait 6 seconds. So if you shoot it once, deal your 200 damage barrage, then wait another 6, and just wait 6 seconds, and then shoot it again. I mean, it's a long gap, but it's 200 damage.
Oh, because of hits champions, it deals 150 bonus damage.
So yeah, just wait on that. I mean, when you have a blue buff like Otter has right now, you can spam it and get away with it pretty well. But if you spam it too much, obviously 40 adding up, I mean, it's cumulative, so you don't want to actually cast it too much, because then it's like costing you like 200 mana to cast it once, and that. Way they're going to be able to dodge it.
Looks like Nidalee's got Olaf pushed up against the tower.
I am awakened.
Legit, folks. Love it.
Yeah, I could believe it. I didn't even see that. I was trying to check bot lane CS, and I guess he ran up there and picked him off.
And Kuniv again landing those Sonic Waves all over Dexter at this point. Exhaust actually coming down on Kebam. And now they're going to switch over to Fat. Soraka, the much easier target. Sanctified blowing his ult to actually push Soraka into the wall. I think he was trying to maybe get Dexter back in there too. Whirlwind just going to pick him up on the tip. Almost takes down Dexter too. There's the ace in the hole. No one to dodge to block this. And Dexter's barely going to survive with about 113 health, I'd say. And they might see a lot of pressure on this bottom turret. It's only 12 minutes in. Don't want to give your opponents too much farm room, especially when you're winning bot lane. 68 CS to Matt's 80, so not winning in CS at all. But you know, Kebam actually has a assist there, so he's still good. So Nidalee's going to rotate up top now. What's her CS like, Highwind? How do you think top lane's going?
Yeah, they're pretty even CS, but she does have that kill, and so you know, they both have wriggles, but she's got an extra Doran's Blade. She's actually got 2 Doran's Blade, so she's going to be a lot more damage. She's getting a lot more last hits. With that extra damage, she's going to have the life steal to trade with Olaf if they decide to get into it.
And now what I'm really looking forward to at this point in the game is when our team's really going to start going for objectives, because this Dragon's been pretty, you know, I mean, he's been putting on all his sexy lingerie, trying to lure the enemy teams in there, you know, but it's not working out. They haven't been attracted there yet, so I'm interested to see when maybe they get a pick-off kill or something like that and go for it. And now there's a big, huge trade. Pool going down. Otter doesn't want to be on that pool. When the ult comes down, he's just outside of it, baits it. Now he's going to be able to turn around. Dystopius surely will go down, but in the meanwhile, he is trying to kite away from there, but he's going to die before Matt even gets in there to clean this up. And Matt's just going to try to get some CS, but he doesn't get to that back caster line. Another good tip is if you are Kog Maw and you do die, there's no targets you're going to get, go to the caster line. You can usually actually clear the caster line and get yourself some more farm. If you can't get a kill.
Yeah, it looks like Nidalee's going to run into Lee Sin in that top jungle. Lee Sin actually low on health.
Playing like bro.
And Riven going into Olaf. Just going to push him out of lane, and then we had a couple ults used down bot lane. Looks like Misfortune using her ult to clear waves and harass.
Yeah, again, you know, using bullet time, and typically Misfortune, what she does is she uses that push the wave really, really hard or clear a wave so they can actually. It's 90, so Kebam not doing. Still a little bit behind.
By the way, that mid battle that just went down was really good. They were able to pick up Otter. Otter had a kill streak. He also had that blue buff I think they got rid of. So being able to force that gank, or at least force that kill, which I'm surprised that Malzahar pulled that off. I thought for certain Malzahar was going to die, not have enough mana to pull off that kill.
The time to talk is over.
Yeah, 15 minutes in the game, and Dragon just not a point of contention at this point. I think there's a lot of respect in the lane phase for both these teams. They're still filling each other out, trying to gain an advantage. It's only been 9 total kills, and you know, I don't think either of these tops are running teleport.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, which it's good in a way that it's going to force those top lanes.
Nidalee very, very low. Finally, getting really, really. now, and that's where the goal discrepancy lies right now. And that's why it's dead even with 3 kills on the team.
Yeah, it looks like Misfortune's up about 30 CS, although Caitlyn has a kill. Caitlyn going for an early Bloodthirster, while Misfortune went going for a Wriggles and double Dorn's Blade. I wouldn't be shocked to see her move into a Phantom Dancer. We should see an Ezeal here after her next trip back to the base.
And Malzahar's 1-3-0. He has 102 CS to so he's down 20 CS and down about 3 kills in lane to Otter. So Otter's definitely won mid lane for his team. That awesome CS. Get the team that pool. It's gonna be really effective. But at the same time, AP Kog Maw can actually just deal out so much damage because the utility slow and just so effective.
Yeah, I mean, Malzahar actually doesn't have any, you know, in terms of a team comp, they don't have any sort of that AoE CC that you would see.
Yeah.
So you know, he's gonna be great at picking one person off.
You know what? Now that I think to set up his combo, like there's no other CC on his team. Riven has that short little CC dash, so there's really no one else that actually has a hard stun for him to follow up on.
A lot of trouble right now.
And SwiftOne trying to do his best juke job here. Windslash will not pick up the kill. SwiftOne's safe right now in this tri-bush. Kuniv trying to dash around with a safe kill. Axe lands. Axe can see this, but they bait each other because takedown probably will kill. But now Otter's coming up. Will he be able to land that Bi-Arcane Barrage from long range? Flash gonna escape this. Malzahar rotating up though. Matt trying to rotate out. Just ignite onto him. Gonna miss. Just barely inside the pool. Kuniv's going to come in, try to protect his teammate. Dystopius going to be able to get out of this. And Dystopius going to pick up the kill there with his dot. Malzahar is fed enough to kill a low health Lee Sin.
Yeah, and Nidalee is actually going to get away scot-free.
And Otter wants to do this. He's actually moved in, but he's standing over that pool. You don't want to stay over that pool. That pool does so much damage, but he's got it. Will he win this out? No, he won't. Dystopius, great play right there.
Right clicking with red buff like a champ.
And really the only mistake Otter had there was he just had to back off that pool. You cannot stand on that pool. That pool will melt anybody. It doesn't matter how tanky you are. Because it's percentage of health. It scales with you. So that, small little mistake there. If he backed out of that, he wouldn't have died, I don't think.
Yeah, looks like they're going to take the spot lane turret.
Sanctified doing his best shielding his turret. And it's going to live with 1 little hit point, so it will go down whenever Dexter pleases. And Matt doing a little counter jungling, finds out the red is missing. He's going to see Lee Sin coming in here, but he's going to back out to be safe.
Now, one thing to note is Riven is actually 3 levels ahead of Lee Sin right now. So Lee Sin's been doing a ton of ganking, somewhat successful, but those 2 deaths and having to go back earlier, he's now 2 levels behind. Doesn't have a red. It's he really needs to catch up in some of the farm because he's falling behind, and that's kind of Lee Sin's biggest problem. Is he doesn't, if you were to say he had a problem, is he doesn't scale that deep into late game. He's really strong early game, really strong mid game, but as late game comes, he just ends up kind of being a tanky disruption. Yeah,
he's definitely an early mid game carry, and
I guess in theory you could say the exact same thing about Riven. So I mean,
they're just Riven slightly ahead so far.
Riven slightly ahead.
Dystopia's actually waiting in the jungle here, thinking about maybe rotating down. And, I think Blue's just going to let that turret fall. Give himself some more room to farm.
Now, Otter's going to get spotted by this ward, even though he's pinging Nidalee. Here comes the back ping. Blue's a little bit slow to respond,
Matt's
but should be
going to
fine.
come in to support this. Up. Except for, I keep saying this, but she is not dying because there's a million heals coming in now. Will Kuniv be able to escape? safeguards, but that pool will pick her up. And again, that pool does so much damage. You guys, I mean, it has to be emphasized. That is Malzahar's best ability. You think it's all, you know, the stun and everything else, but really, that pool is so dirty. So many good tools.
You know, they traded top. You know, 2 kills top. You know, the purple team got 2 kills top, and the blue team got dragon. That would have been even. The problem was they kind of got baited into going for some kills and some aggression, and then ended up throwing that advantage away, or throwing that even trade away. And the purple team actually walked away with an advantage.
Strong now. They're nursing about almost a 5K lead. Move forward 5K. So I mean, they're looking really healthy towards the late game. Dragon finally did fall around 20 minutes. Hooray for that. Was not able to survive an entire game. And Kuniv might see a red here, and he might rejoice for the red. A lot of hurt down here in Otter.
The purple team might want to actually, you know, take their advantage and apply that by the bear.
I think that would be probably a good idea at this point. They definitely have. I mean, I can definitely see in their engagements they just have the superior damage by far, and a lot of great tankiness in their team right now, especially in this early game. Which tankiness, especially at this point, you know, really does pay off. You're just able to deal your damage longer than your opponents. And some great poking actually coming in here from Kog Maw defending this turret. Both teams have finally gathered up around this mid turret. Malzahar sneaking out the back.
Yeah, the next gen ult, you know, is going to be really important. Janna's probably going to want to try and use her ult to save Kog Maw, possibly, like, because Kog Maw is really squishy. AP Kog Maw, you know, has no real way to sustain in a team fight. He's going to sit back and just blow eventually, but you know, if he gets too close, if he gets picked off, whether by Malzahar ult or even just a poke, or a Riven just diving into the back lines, he's going to be in trouble. I know Ben right now, and he's going to want to play aggressive. He's going to say, hey, look, guys, we're down, which means we need to start pushing on some of these turrets. Because right now, it's not so much the farm they're losing on, it's these turrets.
Oh, wow, Malzahar's going to sneak in a kill there, but Ace the Hole will pick this up before Riven can save that. So great job by Malzahar actually off Otter there.
Yeah, and then picking up that kill spree bonus.
And meanwhile, bottom and top are being pushed simultaneously, and they're farming up. So Dexter getting even more ahead in CS, 205 CS to Kebam's 168, which is actually really huge at this point. And again, SwiftOne being taken to task by ZhunguoPro. I mean, for real, this guy, legit top solo, been winning.
Yeah, he's finally really got a huge advantage. The multiple kills are now sitting on about 60 CS.
And there we go, Kuniv maybe trying to support this, but SwiftOne already knows it's in vain. So they're just going to back out of there. Just making a mean face, getting her to back off. And Dexter sees an opening based on that positioning because he knows their top lane is going to put a lot of damage on this turret. Inner turret getting taken pretty low here. Riven's going to bounce out. Both teams have wards on Dragon. Great warning by both teams this entire game. I mean, Blue actually has a lot of vision with their own jungle. Purple has a lot of key positions warded as well.
The one thing we haven't seen is before.
Yes. So there's been really no attempt to counter.
I know last game we had 2 early oracles, or an early oracle on each team. I believe the junglers went for an early oracle. But in this game, you get to see one on either support or junglers.
So it looks like purple team is just closing in here on mid. Gonna maybe try to take down this mid turret. This mid turret already about below a third health. Kog Maw is gonna constantly try to poke. Again, they don't have a lot of CC to catch him. I mean, the only real CC they have is the hard CC they have is Malzahar, and Riven has her short stun.
Now, Kog Maw and Caitlyn and Janna, they offer a lot of great poking, but the problem is, the other team has Soraka, so any sort of poke can just be healed up. And in theory, if they wanted to get into a poke war, the purple team would actually come out ahead.
And Miss Fortune can actually close up, and blue team's actually turned this fight around. Running over that pool, has to be careful, trying to run down this Malzahar. That shot will, and they will have vision of him, will pick him up, so blue turned that around.
Meanwhile, Dexter in the bottom lane has pushed that second turret and is actually moving towards the inhib turret.
Yes, like a bomb. That might fall down. Ignite going down. He's going to be shielded. Ace in the hole. Going to be blocked by Soraka. Soraka losing about half her health just from one ace to the hole. Not tanky enough. And now they're working on this inhibitor, but they're going to have to back up. But very, very smart play. Good trades by blue. Stun actually going down. Trap onto Dexter. Dexter's very, very low. Going to flashback. Dodge that. Kebam running for his life now. Spears barely catching him. Phage is proccing. Oh no, so disgusting. Getting shielded barely by Sanctified. What a clutch shield. Would have definitely gone down if that had landed. And now Nidalee running again. Kog Maw is so annoying.
The blue team's going to want to heal really quickly because the purple team can actually run at Baron. They know the blue team's backing, so they could make a real fast attempt at going for Baron. Looks like Lee Sin did pick up Dragon, so that's actually going to help the gold deficit. And if we take a look at the gold deficit,
it's
the blue
back.
team's only down by just less than 2K, which at this point in the game is nothing.
That's a great feat, actually. I mean, and now it's been brought all the way back to 2K, and then purple team, you know, they didn't react there. They didn't try to go for Baron. And in that last team fight, you know, that Kog Maw living artillery was poking, did so much damage, just shredding his opponents. If we look at his build right now, he actually has Tier to try and sustain that mana, but he also has his Rabadons. It looks like he's going to go for a Rylai's Scepter next to actually gain even more slow off of that. And that, you know, the thing that can't be underestimated is this ability right here. His no, it's Caustic Spittle. Is it? Yeah, it's Caustic Spittle. Is it? Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Caustic Spittle. But this slow right here, the slow is actually really heavy. It actually does a lot of damage, especially in an AP Kog Maw build. So, I mean, if you look for that pool, if you look at any of the team fights, if they group up and you see that come out and see everybody slow down, then that basically sets everybody up for all of Kog Maw's other abilities.
Yeah, and I think it's got a pretty strong AP ratio. It's
yeah.
Kind of a decent nuke. So
and
it looks like a lot of the teams are going to back up here. They should have vision of this.
The other thing to note too about that's kind of cute about AP Kog Maw, it still kind of works for his auto attacks, is Biocane Barrage actually, you know, it gains more percentage for your AP. So while you don't have AD to follow it up, which actually will deal more damage,
right.
You still gain percentage from the AP ratio. So your auto attacks while you have Biocane Barrage off are still actually pretty effective.
Oh yeah.
Because right now he takes about 8% health is converted or whatever to damage. Whatever.
So it looks like we're going to have some sort of fight down here. Purple team doing some aggressive 5-man roaming. Blue team really has no business being down here.
And they're very split.
I mean, there's a naked inhib on the mid lane. There's
yeah.
a Baron that's still available. I guess, you know, if blue team were to go for either the inhib or Baron, the purple team could do some sort of base race. And we've actually seen...
That's kind of what's going on. There's a strong push bottom. It looks like blue team's pinging this. Ping's going for Baron. It looks like they might go for Baron if purple team backs off. Purple team's not pressing this advantage. This actually might be really good for blue. If they catch everybody still in rotation.
This is, you know, purple should actually just push bot. I don't know if anybody's here has played with Matt, also known as Don Wild Cherry, but he'll tell you, you know, hey, if we're ahead, in this case, the purple team is ahead, not by much, but they have an advantage. You know, you can give up that high objective and push bot lane, especially if you're purple side. I mean, they could easily trade an inhib for Baron.
Spear just missing Otter there. Again, that long-range poke, I'm actually going to move up here because I can actually see it. It's actually off his main screen. And you just look at him just spam this constantly. It's so much damage. He's not even within a screen of them to take any damage back. Malzahar landing on a dot just really quick there. Kuniv checking the brush. More pings from purple on. Baron is that with Kog Maw's poke, I don't think they're going to be able to actually do it if they actually try to stick with this. And Kuniv actually lands a Sonic Wave onto Fab, but doesn't want to go in there. That's a sure death trap.
Yeah, we do see an Oracle now.
Fab did clear. He is rotating. A lot of pokes from both teams, but there you see that slow land, and look how much damage Malzahar's taking for getting caught in that slow. And yeah, oh, and now Purple's in full retreat. Malzahar's probably gonna have to turn around somebody, throw down his combo, flashes over that to try to survive. Heals coming in from Soraka, trying to run. He is just so locked in on this. Dystopius trying to run away. There's the flash and lands that living artillery from downtown. But you see Otter's out of mana, so he's going to have to use that blue buff to actually charge that mana pool back up. And now they're going to rotate to Baron. This is going to be really, really close. Kuniv throwing over the top. Yeah. So he doesn't land every Sonic Wave. Baron's a big target. It's okay. He's usually always in the same place, usually. But Purple's going to come contest this. They're not going to let them get this for free. Ward over the top. They're going to kill this ward very, very quickly. Have that Oracles from Sanctified right there. Very, very smart. Make it rain coming in. They're going to back out real quick. Keep Baron aggro. Move back in. This is very, very smart. Actually, they do not. The main thing they don't want is they don't want to get stolen. Matt just placed a ward there. He's going to have to jump over. Might try to smite steal it. That's going to come in. He's going to miss it. So Matt's actually now stuck over the top. Dexter's stuck in, and now we're gonna have a fight on our hands. Matt moving in the middle of the team is going to be absolutely blown up. Janna coming back. Sanctified losing out here. Dexter getting caught here by this living artillery. Ace in the hole, incoming flash will not save you, buddy. And now Fat running for his life, and he's not going to make it, unfortunately. Headshot picking up the kill. ZhunguoPro trying to run away as best as he can from this naked middle inhib. Malzahar coming back into the fight. Lands his combo into Kuniv. Might pick up a kill, but he's going to eat a ton of damage from Otter. Otter's going to... Oh, Kebam's actually going to finish this off. And now attacking ZhunguoPro. ZhunguoPro will fall, and now this is all up to 2 awesome, fast attacking AD carries to clear out turrets and inhibs. Quickest member back up is going to be Soraka at 16 seconds, or actually Matt at 10 seconds is Riven. But we might see a Nexus turret actually go down in that span of time. I think it will.
We actually might see. Yeah, Riven will be back up, so he'll get 1. He should back after this.
So down by 6k, now up by 3k with Baron buff.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been playing, they were down so far ahead, they weren't playing that well, and then all of a sudden they flipped the switch, they started playing smart, they started contesting objectives, they started winning team fights. I don't know. I mean, if this were the fighting game community, you'd say something that's about Justin Long effect. But
yeah. I mean, it really good player, average to good player is that really good players know, and teams know how to play when they're behind. So in this case, blue team was behind, but now they know how to play. They bided their time. They won the correct team fights. They picked off their objectives correctly. They rotated correctly to defend objectives, keep their turrets, and so now that they get to control the tempo of this game, so they get to control where the next engagements are going to be on what turret and stuff like that. Now, desperation, push bottom or something, try to split push and defend. But I don't know if it's going to work because they won't be able to hold a turret for very long against a blue buff, Baron buffed up AP Kog Maw. I mean, that's just a lot to ask at this point.
Yeah, they're kind of screwed because what they're going to do is they're going to try and turtle.
Yeah.
And you can't turtle against an AP Kog Maw.
Yeah.
Right? You can't turtle against a Caitlyn. She's got range. She's got payload with Peacemaker. They're going to be able to poke. If you try to engage on them, they'll get Janna to counter engage. They're effectively kind of screwed.
Team comp wise, but anything can happen. If it's all about who can make mistakes, or who show weakness, mess up at some point. Yeah, this pool is so good at zoning. It does so much damage.
Well, they don't have a way to effectively clear the free play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the weakness of the pool, right? Malzahar's pool, really good at chunking champions.
Not as much.
Not so good at chunking creeps, creep waves. So. These guys can just sit here. They can absolutely just poke. Mid lane's going to push.
I mean, look at this. Malzahar's already super low. Has to go back. But again, they don't have any stuns to really follow up anything up. And if they have a big, huge engagement, there's nothing to really hold anybody down on the blue team. So... they are effectively kind of screwed here. The Nexus turret, they could just go for this Nexus turret.
Yeah, they could.
But it looks like they're just going to, take the for sure win.
They can just rotate down. They can push bot lane. They can triple racks.
Yeah, and if anybody knows in League of Legends, Triple actually spawns more super minions. At that point, it's just there's too many of them that even with like a good 5-man team, you just can't stop it really with 5 other heroes behind it. And at that point, you're pretty much done for. I don't think I've ever seen or been part of a triple. I might have had triple Raxes, but I've never like been able to survive a push while triple Rax was in effect.
Yeah, I mean they would have to get like.
So Matt Nickelman, actually great bullet time, catching so many members of the enemy team. And purposely, this might be the moment they've been waiting for. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch anybody, though. Kuniv actually running into the base, and their base actually being swarmed by enemies. I think Kuniv might just try to help pick off this turret. And that would actually be really, really funny. Now a big chase going on here. Malzahar trying to go in there. Howling Gale coming in, trying to protect their teammates. SwiftOne backing out of this. And he will pick up the turret. Now he's focusing the Nexus, and Matt's going to back off. Dexter coming up. Angry Bros right now. Trying to defend this.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea of what's going on in their chat right now. There's probably a lot of yelling and arguing and maybe some pizza arriving, so they're going to have to leave this game anyways. But,
you know, some people have to do homework, you know, so,
You know, the purple team, this was their game to lose because they were ahead, you know, real early, and I want to say that the blue team has played really well. They were playing from behind. They made a lot of smart decisions. Now they can just sit back. They could wait for Baron to respawn, which is probably up in about a minute or so. They still have a couple of buffs. They can just group up and push. There's no Nexus turret. So for pride purposes, the purple team is probably just going to sit back and not surrender and maybe just wait for one more team fight.
Yeah.
But they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, they're not long for this world, this game.
But, you know, excellent game.
Yeah.
We had one team fairly far ahead, and then the other team coming back. So I mean, for any of those that end up watching the VOD of this, you know, especially the players that are in this game, and they want to look back and say, hey, where did we make mistakes? Was it within champ select? Was it plays that we made? You know, they can actually come back and see that, you know, hey, at one point we were ahead, we lost that advantage. Or hey, we were behind, we managed to get an advantage back.
So yeah, I mean, again, shout out to all these players coming in here. Kuniv again, showing us some awesome Lee Sin jungling. SwiftOne playing top for us. Kebam and Otter, obviously those guys are awesome. Otter showing us this awesome AP Kog Maw. He's sitting in the enemy's jungle just barraging their base. Like, what's up? Do something about it. You're not going to do anything about it? That's what I thought. Matt and Dexter coming in being angry. No, I'm joking. Playing a good game. I mean, Dexter was killing bot lane, taking Kebam to task down there. Now Matt actually was ahead in jungle. I mean, he was playing a very good jungle this game. And ZhunguoPro, of course, you know, his top solo has just been unbeatable so far.
Riven, personally, I think she just falls off way too much late game.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I always feel like there's this point where like she's good, and then like she does no damage. She's like, instead of like a sword, she has you know, people make fun of her jumping leap ability. You know, like she looks like a flopping fish. Like I feel like she just has a flopping fish in her hand, and that's what she's hitting the enemy with. Just like no damage. She falls off, and here she's coming in here onto Kog Maw. That's gonna be absolutely shredded here. Otter picking up there with that living artillery. Focus going back in on the rest of the team. Janna all resetting, and Kog Maw's perfectly fine. Everybody on blue team still up. All the cooldowns pretty much down for purple team in this fight. Trying to back off here, and SwiftOne just trading blow for blow. Doesn't matter who you are. Dexter trying to run away from this. Otter's a gamer, though. Otter doesn't care about the win. He just cares about this Dexter kill. I know him. Has that trying to guess where he's going. This is a fun guessing game. Oh, he guesses correctly. Dexter just trying to miss that, but he is slow. The problem is if you keep landing these, he will be slowed because of that RyW Scepter. Who cares what's going on the base? This game is almost over, but will Dexter survive the time limit? That is the key. Slow just going down. He should have it at the last second. Oh, he doesn't get it. Dexter's lose. Dexter lives. Dexter, the one that got away.
From Otter.
Yes.
So good games, everyone. Thanks for playing.
Yes, and thanks for watching you guys on the stream. Major shout out to